Hello there, dear friends, and welcome once again to the Relaxed Fantasy Review. On this channel, we spend our time looking at fantasy of all sorts, from books to movies to video games, and applying the characters within into the tabletop game Dungeons & Dragons 5th Edition. Today, though, we're going to be looking at a core mechanic of D&D itself, specifically a subclass for the Paladins, known as the Oath of Devotion. Oath of Devotion Paladins commit their life to the tenets of honesty, courage, and compassion, devoting themselves to the higher powers of the world, and are one of the most classic types of Paladins. But how do they stack up, mechanically speaking? Let's have a look-see how they work. Now, all Paladins get an expanded spell list. This spell list gives them extra spells for their Paladin spell casting, 2 per spell level. Now, Paladins are half-casters, so they get their spells at 3rd, 5th, 9th, 13th, and 17th level. But they get 2 spells at each one. The Oath of Devotion Paladin gets a decent list. They get Protection from Evil and Good, Zone of Truth, Lesser Restoration, Guardian of Faith, and Flame Strike. Overall, I give this spell list an 8 out of 10. It's pretty good. Then, they also get their Channel Divinity, and Paladins get 2 different uses for their Channel Divinity. The Oath of Devotion gets Sacred Weapon. As an action, they can imbue their weapon with light, turning it into a magical weapon and adding their Charisma modifier to attacks made with the weapon. This is a great power. The only issue is that it takes your action to do, meaning you have to use your entire first turn to do it. So it does limit it a little bit. I give that a 7 out of 10. The other power is Turn the Unholy. They can use their Channel Divinity to turn undead and fiends. These are pretty common enemies in the game, but turning requires a wisdom save, and while this is fine against undead, fiends might be a little better at resisting it. I give this a 6 out of 10. Then, at level 7, they get their Paladin aura. Paladins get quite a few auras, but each subclass gets their own unique one. This one is the Aura of Devotion. The Aura of Devotion means that within 10 feet of you, you and your allies within 10 feet of you are immune to Charm. This expands to 30 feet at level 18. Charm is not the most common thing that enemies will throw at you, but it does come up every now and again. I give this power a 7 out of 10. Next, at 15th level, is the Purity of Spirit power. The Purity of Spirit power gives you the permanent effects of the spell Protection from Evil and Good, which gives you a good amount of resilience against a lot of enemies. The Protection of Evil and Good spell is available to you from level 3, but now you just have it. And that's pretty good. 8 out of 10. Then finally, at level 20, the capstone feature for this Paladin, the Holy Nimbus. This is a super form that you can take as an action. It turns you into a beacon of sunlight, dealing light and radiant damage out to 30 feet, which also gives advantage against saving throws, against fiends and undead. This is really a paladin that focuses on their fiends and undead. This power lasts for 1 minute, and can be used once every long rest, which is not a bad capstone feature. The damage is 10 radiant damage, which at level 20 is a little minimal, but still, having advantage against saving throws and just having this form is okay. I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Overall, the Devotion Paladin, I give a 7 out of 10. Their powers are okay. The lower level stuff, decent. The higher level stuff, decent. The mid-level stuff is a bit hit or miss. There's a lot of stuff here that is really keen on using your actions to power yourself up or power your weapons up. The aura is okay. I give the Oath of Devotion a pass. It's okay, it's decent, not my first pick for Paladin, but it has its moments. This has been the Relaxed Fantasy Review. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe down below, and keep your eyes peeled for more subclass reviews coming down the line soon. Have a good one, my friends.